Uy, ganon. Hindi ko makaredy na yun, no? In fairness. So, guys, kay kudo ko maka... Okay. Okay, guys. Part 2. Fructose versus glucose. Okay. Things like that. Okay. So, the person will become hungry because of the substance known as leptin. Okay. Leptin is a hormone. Okay. A hormone. Okay. What is job of the leptin? Okay. To regulate, I will write on the board and you can also jot down if you want. A hormone to regulate the long-term, imagine a long-term balance, okay, between, okay, body's food intake and the energy, okay, uses or expenditure, okay, meaning to say how it is being consumed and released after. That's the rule of leptin. They will establish the balance. Okay, if the leptin also is not functioning very well, then there will be no proper balancing of your substances inside your body. You get the point? So it's the leptin really, guys. Okay, and this leptin is produced by adipose cells. Okay, adipose cells or fat cells. Okay, and enterocytes. Enterocytes are the cells found in the bottom of your small intestine, the duodenum. Okay, in small intestine. Okay. And then, this is the time will inhibit your hunger. Di nakagutomon. Okay, because of leptin. So si leptin ang hinungdan, why gutomon ta? Because si leptin is the one who will regulate if we need to be feed or not. Because that is his job, to balance between body's food intake and also the energy we used up and spent every day, second, minutes, hours, daily, alatul. Things like so, leptin. Okay, if the question is board examination or any science fair quiz, it will say, blank is a substance or a hormone that causes the person to be hungry. A, like that, there's a lot of, hormone. A, dopamine. B, melatonin. C, melanin. D, leptin. E, pepsinogen. E, none of the above. Your answer will be leptin. Okay? Things like that. Because there's a lot also. So you have to be a wide reader. What I mean, you have to be a wide reader to pass certain examination, aside from studying. Okay? If you are not a wide reader, you still pass, but I'm talking only of the proportion. And then plus the stock knowledge and the acquired knowledge and the basic concepts. Okay? Samutan na dyan kung mag-buwis buhay ka. Buwis buhay mo nito, you will focus in studying. You will not be disturbed. Okay? For example, 24 hours, you will study 20 hours in a day. Matugmang ka, so it's gonna be 12 hours. Okay? You will stop, you will study 7 o'clock and you will stop until 10 p.m. And you will just relax for a moment. You will, let's say, eat, sing, like that, and come back again and study. You will never go out. Okay, then after weekend, that's the time you will relax. You can do anything, and then again, go back to study. Focus. Now, if you really love watching teleseries or something, because I found out a lot will fail because naguyab-uyab. It depends on the brain cells, if they are really good or not. But according to the survey in our batch before, guys, I'm not discriminating and telling the fact. Okay? So, sa survey lang, in actual, katong daghang kinaguyab-uyab na makakbugid sila. Okay, you get the point. Because they will eat in after time. In going to the date, eating good food. So how can they study very well if they keep on dating to the beach? Okay, you get the point? Ganon. So, it depends on the course also, if difficult or not, but based on the survey lang talaga, ha? Confession. Actual confession by Junjun. Ganon. Okay, mga panalakang hitan. Okay, ganon. Ay! Shit. Charis. Nakaloka. Anak siya. Okay. Diba? Ganon. Na ay tinuk akong laude na habbo. Hindi na ako mag-mention of nga. Okay? You get the point? They don't pass the PRC board examination, but they are cum laude. Okay? It doesn't mean that you are having an honors. It's a guarantee you will pass. Okay? You should have hard work and devotion. Like that, okay? Because the more you are believing yourself that you are intelligent, you are smart, and you'll never study anymore, then that's the time you will be kumpiyansa. Okay? Even though you are top 10 or whatever. Okay? You got the point? So, the average students will overtake you. And most, nowadays, the average students will become top-notchers also. Okay? Not all the time the Zoma cum laude, only average. Okay? Above average or, you know. Okay? Ganon. Okay? And school is not also a guarantee. Okay? But, you know, at least you will have to enjoy the resources. The resources of that school and the tradition of academic of excellence in that school. The quality of education in the school. But it doesn't mean that it can guarantee all the time. But at least, okay, the more you will be motivated if the school is equipped with a lot of resources. Just like Siliman University, one of the largest library, I think in the whole world. It's in Negros Oriental. It's based on my research before, but no, I don't know. It's one of the biggest, you know, library in the whole world. Whole world talaga. Check it again. Siliman University, okay? You get the point? Ganon. So, muna ang trabaho niya. Now, guys, fructose also does not stimulate leptin and insulin. So, you mean to say, fructose is not an insulin resistant. It doesn't produce insulin. That's also another issue of glucose. Because glucose is dependent on insulin hormone. You get the point? The more it will spike your insulin. Okay? Like that. And it needs more insulin if you are diabetic. Okay? Too much excess sugar, glucose in your blood. Okay? But fructose, there's no issue like that. The doctor will never say, you have a very high fructose, you need to add insulin. It's always the glucose is our basis. Oh, that's another also issue. That we cannot say directly that fructose is bad compared to glucose. It depends on the situation, as I told you. Okay? Because I found a lot of sources in the social media, in Facebook, in YouTube, and in the Wikipedia, something like that, and a lot of reviews. Yan kasi ako, I will read reviews between the different minds, views like that, their opinions. It depends really on the situation, because some also will say like this, some will say like this. There's polarized minds, not meeting with each other. Okay? So, the best is we don't have to compare. Treat that equally important so that we can control. Diba? Ganun na lang sana dapat. It's strong to say that fructose is bad than glucose. And if that is the case, then we don't eat fruits. Because there's a lot of fructose in citrus fruits. Nakakaloka, diba? Okay. But actually guys, if you are doing your gym, fructose will inhibit the weight loss also. Be careful also. If you are doing your gym, you try to be masculine, try to control your fructose level also. It will inhibit really your dream of abs, biceps, and triceps. Okay, me, I don't care as long as I have the other vitamins. Vitamin C, citric acid, flavonoids, polyphenols, antioxidants. Because that's only one thing. I focus on the more health benefits. Okay, I'm not a product endorser. I'm not an actor or whatever. I'm not a celebrity that I will maintain my abs. That I'm good looking. It's always average. It will be okay. Not to be ugly. Looking, that's enough. Okay, things like that. O diba? Unless you're a model, but you need to maintain your abs to be good in the public because you are promoting the new products of a certain company. For example, liquid beverage product or food products. Naturally, you cannot capture and you cannot convince customers because they will not like if the commercial endorsers are very fat. Okay? You get the point, things like that. So the products will not be sold in the market if that is the case. Okay? So, ganon ang anak siya. Okay, you get the point. So, again, ang sa ganito, fructose will not stimulate leptin and insulin. Now, where this insulin came from? It came from the pancreas. This is the pancreas. Okay, pancreas. Okay, so, usually the enzyme here is pancreatic amylase that will produce the glucose here, things like that. Okay, pancreatic amylase. Okay, like this. Okay, just like salivary amylase is an enzyme used to convert starch into disaccharide lactose and pattern, it will be converted into also glucose later on. Things like that. Okay, disaccharide maltoses. Things like that. Okay, so muna siya. Then your pancreas will secretes or produced, the insulin. Okay, and at the same time, it will also simultaneously produce glucagon hormone. Okay, the glucagon hormone and the insulin hormone are partners. Okay, so if the insulin will say, I need more of the glucose, and the glucagon will give because the glucagon will also, regulate. That's why the term glucagon comes from glucose. Okay, so he will give for insulin, okay, we need this too much, and then like that. They will, just like a friend with each other, the insulin and the glucose, maintain their balance. Balance. Okay, like this. Now, if the insulin is very, very low, okay, like that, then what will happen? Okay, you need to add more insulin. And the glucagon will not also give too much glucose release from the pancreas, things like that, because it's higher now already. So that I can maintain a very high insulin. So, oh my gosh, there's a lot of glucose in the sugar, and the glucagon will help. Okay, I will reduce the glucose, like that. And insulin also, I need a little bit to stabilize. Things like this, okay, you got the point? So, but all of them are hormone. Kasi I told you a while ago, majority of the diseases are hormonal. Hormonal. Meaning it's based on hormones talaga siya. What is lack of? What is more of? It talks about the intake, dosage as per frequency of accumulation. Okay? Lack of, more of. Your lack of this substance, more of this substance. Okay? Like it's referring to the dosage, intake, based on the frequency of accumulation, whether it is a short-term or a long-term accumulation. You get the point? 1 year, 2 years, like that. That matters a lot. Okay, just like my father, the intake and dosage starting from 30 years old until 62 years old, he is very a drunkard. He always drink alcoholic substance like a Tadwai, something like that. Okay, and 80 types of wine, and by the age of 62 he died. Because later, at his 60s, we found out that he has a fibrosis in his liver. And then it has a tumor. And then after that, stage 1, stage 2, until he died. So I know because I watch him in the hospital and I will communicate to the doctor. Okay. The last thing I remember with the doctor is saying, if your father will just eat eggs every day, we will never buy this kind of protein that costs 5,000 pesos per vial. And that is albumin. Di ko makalimutan ng albumin protein. And this is also the reason why I always eat eggs. Because of that white in the egg that has a very special purpose to prevent the leakage of extracellular fluids that will not go anywhere from your vital organs that it needs the most. Because if once the liquid or water will go to the other vital organs and it is not necessary there, then it can cause diseases. That's why when my father suffering that, all the water is pumped out from his lungs. Because the water go to his lungs already because he lacks of albumin protein to prevent the leakaging of the water to go anywhere else. Okay? So, this albumin protein is very important, the white of the egg. Okay? So, if you eat this 3 times a day or 5 times, that will be better because it prevents the leakages. Not only that, and also the leaky gut. Once our intestine will be leaking, it cannot control also the substances that aren't unwanted already. Because, our vital organs, there are cell receptors that will accept what are only necessary for them by default. Just like a computer. Okay, that's their natural behavior, to accept what are only necessary. Now, if your intestines or gut, GUT, have a leak that's called leaky gut, then we cannot control anymore what substances will go there, what coming out in the cell membrane of your vital organs. The tendency is it can accept toxins, okay, mutagens like that, what else, pathogens, then it will destroy the vital organ cell membrane. It will attack until the time the bacteria will be happy and the virus will be happy. And that's the time it will damage your cell. At the time your cell will be damaged and it will be highly mutagenic, it will affect your DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay? After destroying your DNA, because the DNA will regulate the matching of your, matching of your cells with specific, substance. Example, the nucleobases substances in your DNA. If this will not match anymore, then it can cause diseases. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. That's why cancer will occur. Okay, you get the point. So that's why we need to be careful with this. Egg is very healthy. Okay, under healthy condition, meaning normal health condition of a person, you don't have disease linked already. Meaning to say, you are a healthy person or a healthy individual. If you take eggs 5 times a day and you are healthy, don't have disease or any symptoms, it's good. Because the study they get a sample in the laboratory, but that sample is coming from a healthy person. That is not coming from a person that has already a history of other diseases. So meaning to say, this is only good for a healthy person that we can eat 5 times a day, 5 times of eggs in a day. But if you have also another symptoms, you have already the cardiovascular diseases, high cholesterol, so I think this will not be true. Okay? But if nothing, then you can go at least 5 eggs in a day. This is based on the Harvard Public School of Health issue. Okay, because I subscribe their, medicines topics publication before. Okay, now I stop because, keep on asking something. Charat! Something. You know what I mean? Payment, something like that. Okay? But, payment will be disregarded as long as you are considering your health, right? First, you'll be accepting their issues of their online magazines free. Then after several, months, this is time we will, really ask you, blah, 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 so and so, okay? And put your credit card, things like that, okay? Or debit card, okay? Then I shifted to other sources that doesn't require money after all. Things like that, okay? So it's gonna be like that. Check also, okay, check the World Health Organization website, the CDC controls and prevention of diseases centers, CDC, and also Food Drug Administration website. Uh, this one also, Harvard Public School of Health. And there's a lot, guys, that only that this, okay? Okay, there's a lot of, because I don't believe in Facebook that much, the sharing of information, okay, just like they're also surgeon, physician, but I found also inconsistent when I watch one doctor to another doctor, one doctor to another. They are not matching also all the time. So I found, who is telling the truth? And I need to cross-examine. That's why I cross-examine basing on the results of the WHO, like that, because they are legitimate. Okay? You get the point? Meaning they are legal and patented organization to regulate this kind of topics about health. Okay, so doon ako sumusunod to those who are matching to the WHO and the epidemiology or the CDC. Okay, ganon. And mga documentaries also, guys. Documentaries in health, you should also watch interviews, for example, mental well-being. Stress can cause the mental well-being of a person. There's a documentary like that. I love to watch that kind of movies. Documentaries regarding health and science. I'm not into it in fiction. But others also love fiction. Okay, fiction meaning those are not subjected to reality. Though you can only gain the knowledge and lesson out of it, but that's not occurring in reality. Okay, that's fiction or fictitious movie, not subject to reality. I am more on documentary. Okay, more on factual and investigative, but health and science, not the criminals or like that. I also watch sometimes, but not most of the times like that. Okay, health and science talaga ako, guys, because it will reflect my course. Okay, science professionals, things like that. Related kasi ang chemistry talaga. Okay, I would just watch criminal investigations like that, when they test the DNA like that, they get the sample. Only that part, but during the interview, like that, too much by the lawyer. Like I don't watch that because that's more on political science. I only watch how the medical professional get the sample of the DNA, who killed that person through that DNA. I'll be interested in that part, not on the debate like this, the accused, the plaintiff. Okay, you can speak, not like that. I'm not interested that much. Okay, sa science juga mo focus. Hello, kaniba. That's why I don't like also politics, because di mag-abot, daghang kay kontra. Okay, and nobody will accept defeat. Okay? And too much pride that you are smart than the other, that you are right over the other, and too much opinionated. Okay, opinionated meaning basing only in views, opinions, or beliefs, and what you believe according to yourself only. So I don't like that because it doesn't match. There must be one you will meet with each other, that you will meet all the time. That's factual, right? So it will be safer science. Okay? Because there's no argumentation. Because it can be done by experimentation and experimental evidences. Who will quarrel and argue that the elements of water is hydrogen and oxygen? Nobody. All over the world. But for a certain topic of politics, there will be a lot of arguments, contradictory, because based on talaga siya, mga views, mga beliefs, mga opinions, polarized ang ilang mga understanding, and interpretation. Okay? So, di mag-abot, mag-away na lang. Okay, you got the point? Ganon. And I'll not also go to the chismes like that, because that's too low for me. Okay? Because the point talking the lives of other people like that, so it doesn't talk about ideas. Okay, how to save your life, how to be healthy, how to save money. So that's for me, it's a waste of time to deal with that kind of conversation, the marriages, the chismes, things like that. Okay? Others will be keep on enjoying also by laughing. Okay? Oh, because for them, that's the best medicine is the laughter. It's okay, but it's not too much. Too much. Everything, everything is too much is dangerous, except for science. The more it is over in science, the more you understand very well, the more you can discover things that can improve the quality of your life. That can be used in our economy, okay, the resources to obtain a renewable source, to improve the quality of the economy of our country. So the more you are over into science, it's not dangerous. But for other topic, the more it is dangerous, the more it is bad. There's a statement like anything that is over and that is too much is dangerous except to science. Okay? Because science is factual again. Okay, but the point, siguro if that is the case nga mabuang na gud siguro, that will be the what they mean for that, but it doesn't go to that, right? Ganon. O, diba? Diba, mga palangga, nakakaon na ba ang tanan? O, diba, anak siya. O, diba? Yung mukha ko sa kuupuan. Charot! O, diba? Ako sa limot doon guys, uy, fairness. Okay. Gituluan siya ko ni Dr. Kuan guys. Isaon pagluto ang itlog. Charot! Ni Dr. Eric sa University of Michigan. Okay? I watched his vlog. Kung how we will cook eggs properly so that the nutrients will not be dissipated. What is dissipated? The spelling is dissipated. Dissipated meaning it will be going out or released or evaporated or vanished or disappeared or consumed. Things like that, or eliminated or eradicated. These are the vocabularies. This term, or it will be just dispersed. Okay, dispersed. Okay? Ganon. Diba? Yan kung ituluan guys. Manitan ako lang ko yung tuloy. Ako yung nakatato niya. So, ang eggs, imo siyang bukon dito sa kaha. Okay? You will never scramble. Because if you scramble, the natural protein, the vitamins will be mixed up. It will not function to its desired, okay, essential function of being a vitamin because you are already, scramble. So it's not natural anymore when you put force, right? When you stir like that. So it's already man-made and natural. When you do action in a certain thing, that is already man-made and artificial. You don't have to do that in the stirring. You have only to break the shell and then open the shell and put the contents in the heated cooking oil in a frying pan. And that is so that the nutrients and proteins or vitamins of that eggs will never be lost. Okay. Or will never be reduced. Ganon. Diba? Okay guys, so now in my last step, whom you prefer, which you will prefer, fructose or glucose? I go to fructose, which is not more talked about, because the more it is being talked about, there's a great issue for that, because why they are keep on studying for that and it's noted already in the experiment. Okay, the more it is popular, Okay? The more it is being talked about, so the more it is dangerous. I will go to the term that is not more talked about. Okay? And as again, when we go to the hospitals, you'll never heard a doctor will say, your mother has a higher fructose. Be careful. Don't eat fruits too much. Nobody. I don't hear that in my entire life that the doctor will say that. Don't eat fruits because this your mother has a high fructose and the fructose will stay in your liver. It will not be digested properly. It can cause like this, blah blah blah, so and so. There's no such issue like that. It will be just become bad if it is refined. I told you, refined and processed to the HFCS, high fructose corn syrup. Okay, and the fructose you found also in your table sugar. Because the white sugar you have, it will be converted to fructose and glucose later on. That kind of fructose is the bad, not the fructose coming from the fruits really. I think it will just become also bad if too much also already. Say, you eat 20 apples in a day, and you are now abnormal to that. Okay? You should not do. Who will do that also? It's only depending on our capacity, what is the amount of fruits we will eat. May bawal din ani mo, timutirik din ang tiyan. So that means it's enough already. So it's impossible really, right? So I will go for fructose than glucose, in my own opinion. Okay, you get that point though? This said fructose is bad, but another experiment, and also another experiment like this. So there's a lot of, based on cross-examination, there's bad, there's good, there's bad, there's good. So when can you prefer? Okay, like that. You get that point? So if you prefer like that, the glucose is better, then don't eat fruits. Fructose is there in the fruits. And don't put also sugar in your coffee. Because the table sugar, the white sugar, you have refined sugar has also sucrose. And has also fructose. So sucrose is equals to fructose plus glucose. And you cannot avoid fructose also. Okay, you get the point. So things like that. And there's no argument for that. Both are equally important and both also are equally bad in excess amount. Okay, in higher level in your system. Things like that. Okay, got the point mga palangga kang hitan. So, di na tayo mag-away ng fructose o glucose ha? Sa comment section. Because I read some comments there and I keep on arguing, blah, 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 so and so. They presented their facts, like, blah, 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 so, and others, so, based on blah, 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 based on blah, 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 like, okay, get the point? Because honey sugar also, 60% are fructose, only 42% are glucose. And somebody also, it can cause fat. Okay. How can it can cause fat? The glucose are only 40. Things like that. Okay. And then there's another explanation to support her claim, like that, blah, blah, so and so. But for me, I don't go with that. Okay. For the obesity, blah, blah, so I do exercise kasi. Okay. I will go on the other healthy benefits such as antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and antibacterial. Because these antigens can cause diseases. It's not only on the how fat you are, how obese you are, like that. It's not all about like that, okay? How you will lose weight. It's more on the prevention of the disease. You get the point? Because the disease is our number one enemy. It's not the more of this, more of lack of this, lack of that. Okay, that's only an idea because it's related to the disease later on. If you have high of this, less of this, the disease will come like this. Okay, you got the point mga palang akong hitan. Okay? Now, since fructose is higher in the fruits and there are lots of other vitamins in the fruits, I will go to the fruits. Anyhow, the fructose I will gain in the fruits are natural. Okay? It's not refined and processed compared to the HFCS, the high fructose corn syrup. Added sugar in bottle juices, plastic juices. So that's why now I don't drink plastic juices and bottle. It's almost 2 years that I don't drink like that in the market. Okay? I don't tell you to follow me. This is my style. Okay? So because I really, research the facts about that. Okay. In which I am correct also that it is 45 with too much fructose. Because of course, syrup. Diba, napasok niya ko sa banga. Even though, dugay na ako nga, nagkuha na, i-avoid na ako siya. Okay? Things like that. So, I relying, but guys, to be strict, to be honest with you, to be frank with you, the more you'll be in diet, the more it is expensive. Okay? things like that. Okay, the more it's because you choose the food you try to eat. And most of the fancy foods meaning foods that have no nutrients, it will just satisfy your tongue, the taste buds that is really like this, crispy, like that, sweet, and you feel that sweet is all the dominant taste of all the people in the planet Earth. So it's an attraction, right? Okay, you get the point, things like that. But if you go more on the health benefits, it looks like expensive. Not looks like, it's really expensive. Okay, things like that. Because if you maintain fruits in your fridge, oh my gosh, really, I will not express the amount, but it's really expensive, guys. Okay. Especially also, the junk foods are not very expensive. You can buy very, very low price. The more it is healthy, the more also becoming very expensive. For example, salmon fish. That's very expensive if you go to the market because that contains omega-3 fats good for the heart. And nobody dares to buy that. Okay, because it affects their budget. So I told you, it depends on the preference of a person. When you are trying to this what particular criteria, you will be able to choose this food over the other. Okay? Mindset lang yan. Okay? It depends on the individual because all of us have the right to choose. In fact, we have the right to choose between good or bad. How much more are the food? Okay? Things like that. Okay? So junk foods really are very addictive, and at the same time, it will keep you on buying that if you started once, if you started by one bite, okay, and then another you will crave for more because but you don't know also that the taste from the first bite until your 20 times 20 taste is just the same. Just like chocolate. When you buy chocolate, right? When you bite the chocolate for the first time, that kind of sweetness is just the same for 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, or 8 times you bite the chocolate. Doesn't change. Okay? So, in that concept alone, you can control. Okay? Orang manigyan po niya ang taste ani niya. Okay, so, and there's no reason to be full because chocolate is not really a healthy food. Okay? So it's enough that I will just eat one piece like this. Okay? Ganon. So, alam mo, tunga ako rin. Asa man mo ko ng tunga, di, ilabay ko di mo yan. Lumagisod ba yan? Because sweet foods are subjected, as I told you, sweet foods are favorite of bacteria, microorganisms, viruses, and germs. They love to accumulate sugar. Okay, but they don't love acidic environment, sour. Okay, they don't like that. They will be dying because of the pH, the acidity. You got the point? So things like that for the acidic environment. And sometimes also for the temperature. Okay, temperature, the adaptive for, they are not usually adaptive for higher temperature. Okay, generally, but there are also, generally, I'm talking for the general microorganisms and antigens. Okay, bacteria, viruses, parasite, worms, Escherichia coli, mga ganan. Okay, mga Clostridium botulinum. Okay, Clostridium botulinum is a bacteria that can cause poison on the food. Okay, especially if you have the food you stuck for a longer time and it will be rotten and there's a molds, molds. Then there's a spores forming in the appearance of that particular food. So that's the attack of this kind of bacteria, Clostridium botulinum. So it can cause poison of that food, then you can cause abdominal pain, stomach upset, then constipation, diarrhea, dehydration follows. Okay? Like that. You get the point? Anak siya mga palaga kong hitan. Nakakaloka, di ba? Okay? Ang admin po guys, no, I advise you to, I'm not promoting product guys ha. I'm not sponsored by Anlin. Just to clarify disclaimer, I'm not a staff of Anlin. Maybe you're wondering, you'll say, you are sponsored by this kind of product. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you that Anlin is very good. Anlin milk, the low fat Anlin milk. It's better than the birch tree. It's better than the nido. Okay, like that. And other food fat, of course, full fat milk. Okay, this is low fat milk. Okay, like this. Sometimes also I will drink just like this. For example, at night, I will share this to you as a confession. And then I'm hungry. Instead of eating bread like that, kabush or anything else, as we find, I will just drink this milk and kalas. I will be full. Okay. And then I thought I will be gaining weight because they said milk can increase your weight. Did I measure in the morning? So, oh my gosh, it doesn't increase my weight. Okay? So it depends on your cycle of your, diet system and health fitness. Okay? Sometimes there are food that is dangerous. It cannot affect easily to you because you are maintaining the correct way of choosing the right food, ganon, okay, and then you undergo exercise also three times in a week. So even though there's a dangerous substance, di siya makapurma ba? Just like manguyab, ibabay, di siya makapurma. Kung na manguyab sa lain, kay katudyo sa impilion, kay attractive kay siya, mayo siya. Yung di siya makapurma ang usa. Yung ana siya style. So dili makapurma ang even though that is not really good. Okay? Ganun. But then again, usay ko very I'll use this honey also. Sometimes I found very boring also. For example, in a week, I drink coffee without sugar. And oh my gosh, my world is very bitter. The bitterness of John John. Okay, like this. Because I always put in my brain cells that if I will put sugar, it will increase my blood pressure. Things like that can cause heart attack, myocardial infarction. And it will help a lot because my blood pressure, I go to the clinic, is always 120 over 80. And it's very normal. 120 over 80. It's the most normal blood pressure based on the research. And it's not intentional because, I already maintained the correct way. But it's not really that I will hit this. It will just come out that your blood pressure is like that. Okay? Because I don't measure the calorie intake. Right? When you buy the food, there's a calorific value is the term for that. Calorific value or the nutritional facts. It's in there that you will be able to evaluate the quantitative amount of each substance in terms of calories. Things like that. The higher the calories, the more it is a very, very longer time to burn your calories, of course. Okay, I will never measure that. Okay, things like that. But other also I found in the YouTube, in other blogs, they will really write in the notebook. For example, if they eat in the morning like this, what is the calorie of kabush? 110 like that. What is the calorie of bread? They will put in the paper like that, and they will add, they will add a tool, something like that, and then they will go to the gym and then measure again their calories. And then they compare, how much calorie I reduce. I don't have like that. Okay, I'm just doing my assignment to do my cardiovascular exercise. That's it. Nothing quantitatively measured. Generally, quantitatively in terms of adjustment only. But that is not true, through specific amount. For example, if one tablespoon, I need to put only 1/8 of the tablespoon. That is quantitative also, but not specific, right? Because there's no measurement. I can do that, but not the measurement chuba-chucho. Get the point? Can you measure the tanan? Get a measuring cup, and then blah blah blah, so and so. There are other also in the social media, they do it. Really, I see like that. Okay, and then he has his dinner, and then he put in his mobile phone, like this, how much is the calorie? Because he has also an app for that. An application he downloaded in his mobile phone. And then every time he will enter the kind of food and he will enter the calorie, it will just compute automatically. Ganon. Okay? And then, katawa ko. So, it's funny, but it's good also for him, right? Because it's seldom. It's unique. right? So of all the people on the planet Earth, only few will do that. Okay, only computing always the amount of intake in terms of calories. Okay, me also will see my calories every day through the number of steps, things like that. Because I have also an app like that. Okay, but not on the on the food I eat. Okay, I only use the weighing platform, kalas. Okay, weighing platform and the blood pressure testing. Ganon in our clinic. Things like that. Okay, because now we have already a special participation of temporary nurse. Okay, things like, I don't know if it is temporary or not, huh? Basta na siya nurse. Okay? Because before doctor was already resigned. Okay, and there's a nurse, like a very young nurse, and if you go to the clinic also, he will entertain you, blood pressure, blah, 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 so and so, like that. Okay? Get the point. Anak siya. So, 120 over 80, di ko ulit. O, di ba? Malipayong kay Kuan na. Charot! Charot lang. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this vlog all about health. Usually, if we talk about health, the science will comes in because they're interrelated with each other because health is a science. You get the point? So, gotcha. Health, science, and there will be also safety because you are trying to avoid. The more you avoid, the more you are safe to your health. So, there's also safety in terms of health. So, they are really interconnected with each other. Music is far, but I cannot remove music. I will die without music. I will die if I cannot sing. Okay, that's my talent, inborn talent. That's God gave to me when I was very little boy until now, and I have to cherish that God gave that kind of voice to me. It's not for competition, it's only for my own happiness. Okay, you get the point? As my pastime to remove my sadness, homesickness, stress, and everything. Okay, to always balance in everything. So that's why I need to sing. As I told you, I will die without music. Or if I cannot sing. Okay, you get the point? Because muna na from a little kid until now. The only thing that I've stopped is joining singing contests. Okay, I remember I stopped joining singing contests when I was in fourth year college. That was my last competition in my entire life. Charot! Okay, you get the point. Ganon. What you guys were doing mag-sing contest? I'll always be in the contestant number 1 or in the contestant number 2. Even though there's the paper, and there's number 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and they put that in the like a raffle draw, and then all the, let's say, all the finalists like that will pick. My God, I always be number 2, in number 1. I never experienced in the last contestant, because usually also the winner will be there somewhere in the bottom, because the performances of the first who will be surpassed by others who are usually in singing contest, the last will going to the last will win, not on the number 1. I think except for Regine Velasquez before in bagong champion. She is also the contestant number 1, and there are 12, and she's also the grand prize. That means she is really good, right? But except for that, for other cases, most of the times ato dyan sa malas ang mga champion, mga third, second, gagaran. Okay, based on my experience sa akin, medyo ko. Char! Sige na mga abot o kadlaw, sila ang takabuo. Okay? From Cebu North to Cebu South. Magsugod og alas 9, maabtan mig kadlaw. Charot. I will always accompany my niece because my niece also can sing. Okay? Like that. We'll go together in a singing competition before. Thank you so much for watching. That's why my vlog have music in the last term. So again, science, health, safety, and music. Okay, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you like this and you can share to anybody else and you also learn a little bit. Then you can cross-examine also every inputs that I delivered. Okay, and you can share to anybody else. You can click the notification bell. For some new updates of I am a singer, eternal voice, and you can subscribe my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Okay, thank you so much. See you later for another topic. I'm gonna introduce to you another term in which we are not familiar, but very important also. Okay, later on. Next vlog. See you later. Bye-bye. God bless. Nakakaloka. Diba? Ganon. Di ba mga palangga?